Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bart Winkler. Welcome into the Winklerverse. Coming at you on a Friday, the 27th of June. And it was just a few days ago that the NBA season ended. And now, last night, the NBA draft concluded. By the way, we will have a full breakdown tonight live after the NHL draft, round one. See where my Sabres pick. I believe they're picking at number 9, JK. So this is an interesting offseason. I think the Giannis cloud does hang over all of it, even if we look outside and it's the pretty sunny sky. There's a few clouds. There might be some like government clouds. I'm really getting into that theory too. But it's a sunny day. It's a sunny day. Giannis is in Greece. He's working out with guys. He's having fun. He'll be back. But everybody that looks at Milwaukee sees very cloudy skies, sees very treacherous terrain. Giannis is leaving. Oh, if he's not leaving at the draft, maybe he's leaving later in free agency. It was Giannis is going to ask out. It was Giannis will be traded for picks. Now it's, maybe Giannis at some point, he's going to see what happens in free agency. Then, now it could get closer to the season. I don't know why Shams is being all Diana Rossini. Shams to Giannis is Rossini to Rodgers. I don't know why they keep trying to content factory this being a thing, but they do. Giannis is heavily invested in what the Bucks are going to do at pick number 47. You think this man is overseas watching this draft at 3 a.m, saying, if they take these following guys, I'm staying. And if they take anybody else, I'm asking out? You think that is happening? No, that is not occurring. This is the NBA draft. First of all, it's different than the other ones. There's only 2 rounds. Second, that's not how this has ever worked. So what do they do, the Bucks, with pick number 47? Well, they take Bogoljub Marković. Bogoljub Marković. He's 6'11", 220 pounds. Played in 30 games last year with Mega Basket in Serbia's Adriatic League. This is a team, Mega Basket, that has had a lot of guys drafted in the NFL draft. Some names you may recognize, including Nikola Jokic. Also coming out of this was Nikola Jovic. And also coming out of this was Nikola Duricic. So a few of those guys. Who else might you know? Oh, Goga Badazi. Nope, didn't say that right. Avika Dubats came out of here. I could just show you the list. I need Horvat on if I'm going to break down Serbian names. Although he's Croatian, I believe. But they border next, whatever. So the Bucks take this guy. He's been an efficient player from everything that I've seen. They scouted him last year. They worked him out last year. Went back overseas, and they decided to bring him in this year. 30 games, like I mentioned, 29 starts, averaged 13, 6 in about 2.5, 30 minutes a game, shot 53% from the field. He was named the Adriatic Basketball Association Best Young Player and got the ABA Player of the Month honors 2 times, reached double figures in 24 games, and has been an efficient player in the Adriatic League. So the question is, how is that going to parlay itself into the NBA, and what kind of chance is he going to get in the NBA? I think with pick number 47, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we were expecting. A lot of guys in that second round, you could have put their names backwards, and I would have believed they were still guys that got drafted. There's a lot of guys in that second round that, unless you're really an in-depth draft scout, you don't really know. So I don't know what we wanted. They did get Mark Sears on a 2-way contract. which he was an All-American. So another guy that's had success where he was, but now will that transfer into the pro game? That remains to be seen. Maybe if they took Sears, because we've heard of him, we'd be more excited and then sign this guy later. But the Bucks clearly have had eyes on this guy for a couple of years, and they thought that this was a good time to pull the trigger. Now, again, it is hard for me to get amped up about a Bucks draft pick because they're not that good at drafting. So let's go back to when they drafted Giannis Antetokounmpo. We remember we were stunned and confused and had no idea what was happening. Who is this guy? He's second division Greece. He's super lanky. You couldn't have imagined then that he would be what he is now, a guy who 12 years later, the entire media machine is still trying to get him out of our great city. So that was a swing and a hit. And since then, I'm not sure they've drafted one other hit. Giannis is the only Bucks draft pick since 2001 to make an All-Star game. Michael Redd in 2000 was drafted at pick number 43, made an All-Star game. And then you could be like, well, Dirk and Stephon Marbury, and you know how the NBA drafts. I'm actually wearing a Warriors hat right now in solace with the NBA because I'm doing a Bucks-themed show right now, but I'm wearing a Warriors hat because the trade hasn't been official yet. So that's why I'm in a Warriors hat talking about the Bucks for those watching on the Dan Schani YouTube stream. We're, of course, brought to you by Happy Place Hemp. Happy Place Hemp, the promo code is BART. Go there and get everything that you need. The tinctures, the gummies. Today's a Friday. It's a summer weekend. Your boy's off tonight, so we're going to talk a little bit. And then it's seltzer time in America is what's going to be happening. So, again, check out happyplacehemp.com. They're in Muskego, and you can use the promo code BART for 25% off every single order that is available to you. They ship it out very quickly. Most of the time, that promo code covers the shipping cost as well. So you're pretty taken care of with the guys, Chris and Rob, over there at happyplacehemp.com, happyplacehemp.com. Again, this is Into the Winklerverse. I'm Bart Winkler. Just a light recap of what the Bucks did on Thursday. Bogoljub Marković. Somehow I'm having a harder time saying Marković than I am Bogoljub. But Bobo is, I believe, what they are calling him. So Bogoljub Marković, the first pick, and then they take Mark Sears in the second round. I know this man has Bogo fever. That's our friend Hot Take Jake.
Yo.
What's been good, my man?
I know, man. It's so good to see you. I got to change this. There we go. I'm not an amateur. Landscape mode, never portrait. There we go. That's better.
How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you, man?
All right.
You look amazing. Everything's paying off. How's the national gig?
I got a weird thing going on right now where, I'm losing a little bit of weight, but my gut is getting bigger.
Well, I can tell you what that's due to. You can, because it's the most frustrating thing in the world. It's just a cortisol belly. And the only thing you can do to get rid of it is getting rid of stress out of your life. So it's not going anywhere no matter what you do. So don't stress it too much.
It's not a beer belly?
Yeah, I don't know. That's more on you. You got to be honest about that. But it's mainly stress induced is that little pooch there. So good luck.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm getting sickly right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I got nothing in the arms.
Little lesson here. It's kind of like it's a body's. It protects you against famine. So when you're super stressed, your body starts to store that.
Oh, I'm stressed.
Yeah. Oh, I'm stressed out. I'm glad I got that reference. I work with a bunch of people that would never get that reference. It drives me crazy.
So do you want to break down Bogoljub Marković, or you just want to talk?
It's just like I texted you last night. My instant analysis is that is one ugly bastard, but that's all I got. So really, I just wanted to say hi.
Well, he's got braces. That's a talking point.
He looks like he's 7 years old. Like with the braces, without, I don't know. I feel like people will trick themselves into thinking that he has more upside because they have no clue who he is, versus if he was like a college junior that they saw in the play a tournament game one time. But yeah, I do want to say real quick before I head out, because it's got to be a quick hitter here. But isn't Shams Charania just embarrassing now?
What's he doing?
Like, why is Giannis the only one that gets this treatment? Like, you're wrong. You're just making stuff up. And was it Denver's GM the other night, unprovoked, just mentioned like trading Jokic?
We might have to trade Jokic, and everyone's like,
yeah. No one says anything, not a single word. But like, it's a Giannis obsession. It's kind of creepy at this point. Like, he's not going to.
I said the other night. I said, look, I know where my standing is. Like, I'm not a household name, but I'm on a national show. I mean, I have somewhat of a platform. Why does it stop with me? Like, why am I the highest one that's saying Giannis is not getting traded? Why doesn't someone else try to make that their identity? But everyone's in the camp of let's try to make a trade. Like, you can't have one of these national guys just because what's going to happen is if he ever does get traded, they were wrong for 13 years.
Yep.
But then they're going to be right.
Told you so.
Told you he's getting. No, you told us he wanted to play for the Heat before COVID.
Yep.
You told us in 2017 he was out. He signed pen to paper 3 separate times since then.
Bart, you need to do everything in your power to get him on your show because he needs to know about swim class. Once he knows about swim class, then maybe it'll end, Well,
I've only talked to him one time. I said, congrats on the cup the day after they won. So he was back. Because I've this is not important at all, but I've interacted with Giannis while I was there with the media, but in very light and brief.
Well, but here's the thing too, Bart.
So I wonder if he's got to be like, I think I know that guy from somewhere.
I know it's a bit and you're kind of downplaying it. Like, I've only talked to him once in swim class, but that alone, you have more insider info on Giannis than anybody on ESPN, just based on that alone, that you see him and that you spoke to him once, because he's clearly like the most family-oriented, private dude. I literally laughed out loud last night when, what did he say? Giannis is reportedly monitoring this draft very, very closely with the Bucks. What do you think the odds are that he even knew the draft was happening in the last 2 days? Like,
when it was 3:30 in the morning where he is.
Yeah, it's sad. It's embarrassing at this point, but I don't know. It comes with
this is John Horst calling Giannis before the draft. Hey, Giannis. Look, I know that you're on bated breath with this pick, but we really do like Bogoljub Marković. And if that's going to sway your opinion, you got to let us know, because this pick is happening and we're committed to Bogoljub Marković.
I did like the take that it was a Giannis move in that they're freeing up a roster spot for Thanasis by taking this.
Frank Madden. So, good take from Frank Madden.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Although I saw a report today that apparently Thanasis might be interested in playing with another team, and possibly one even in Greece, because one of their family friends now bought a team.
Best of luck to him. I miss Thanasis.
I do too. I want him back on the roster.
Yeah, I think
unironically.
There is a real energy with that team when he's there versus when he's not. And people can shit on him all they want. Poop on him all they want. I'm trying to be better.
It's fine.
Okay. Just no effers.
Fuck's fine too.
All right. Fucking A. All right. That's all I got. I miss you, buddy. I love you. Hey, are you going to Summerfest at all? I got the Killers tonight. It's going to be wild.
I was very strongly posturing to go to the Killers tonight.
You should do it.
But now I'm not going to do that.
Well, if you decide to, let's meet up.
I already missed the Killers one time, and I've said it's one of my bigger regrets, and I'm going to regret it a second.
Have you ever seen them live?
No.
This will be number 5 for me, I want to say, and they've never disappointed. Always a phenomenal show.
What I want to see is Coldplay next month at Camp Randall.
They're playing Camp Randall?
Yeah.
How did I miss this? I'll go. I want to go.
Well,
I've never
okay,
seen
tickets
Coldplay.
are like $800.
But that's the thing. You'll always regret buying shit, but you'll never regret buying experiences. So pay the money, go see it, do it.
That's true.
All right, words of wisdom. Love you guys.
Good to see you. Hot take Jake. Cortisol belly, huh? Yeah, because we're still pouching down here. We're still pouching. You know, I can roll it. Ugh. But then up here, it's like surfboard. You didn't need to see that. And I didn't need to do it. But yet here we are. Greg says Stephen A. thinks Knicks will get him. Total fever dream for this team. Windhorse is a windbag also. Windhorse has been growing on me. Windhorse has been growing on me. At least he talks basketball. ESPN is a problem. Stephen A. Smith is a problem. He single-handedly ruined the draft coverage. It's like you don't want to say that because then you don't want to give it more oxygen, but he single-handedly did ruin the draft coverage. Or no, the finals coverage. The finals were worse because of Stephen A. Smith. They were worse because of him. So Windhorse, who is friend of show, I should say. He was on our show when he wrote a book a couple years ago. He's very nice, very gracious. Unlike Jeff Passan, who sent me a text afterwards saying, why didn't you promote my book? Because I had booked him independently from a book tour and I didn't know. Just wires got crossed. You know, wires are going to get crossed. What are you going to do about it? And now I tell the story like he's a bad person and he's probably great. And people probably have a story about me like that. One couple went to the toy drive. They talked to me for 5 minutes. They told Sparky that I cut him short because I had to get back on air. But now they think forever that I'm a huge asshole, which I am. All right, so Bogoljub Marković. This is the thing with him. Is he going to be on the team? We do not know. Who is going to be on this team? We do not know. Damian Lillard's contract will be on the team. Giannis will be on the team. Kuzma. Can we trade Kuzma for Chris Middleton and AJ Johnson? Can we do that again? That'd be good. Portis has to either opt in or opt out. I would like to keep Bobby Portis. I'll be sad if he goes somewhere else. Connaughton's here, $9 million. Okay, I'm getting a phone call. Hello?
Hi, my name is Ashley, and I'm calling on behalf of SBA Pro-Life America with urgent pro-life news. Well, Congress has an incredible opportunity to defund Planned Parenthood by passing President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill.
Oh yeah, I love that bill. Sign me up. Where do I sign up?
Well, do you agree that we must pass President Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill that defunds Planned Parenthood?
Well, I got a problem with that bill because they want to not regulate AI. I'm pretty scared of AI. Anyway, so I was looking at the Bucks roster. Kevin Porter Jr., who's not going to do a damn thing in the playoffs, he will probably opt out and maybe get some more money. I'm totally good with him coming back, but that does need to be a conscious money move. And I don't want to be that guy that's like, I'll take him for 5, but not for 10. I mean, they do need a point guard on this roster. So he does have a little bit of an advantage there. AJ Green, Andre Jackson. Now I'm just naming the roster, which you all know about. So we're going to see Bogoljub in Summer League. Summer League, again, is going to be very intriguing, as it always is. I put it in my phone. I make sure that I'm present to watch it. I start watching it, and then I say, oh, this sucks. Thursday, July 10th is going to be the first game against the Nuggets. They'll have a Saturday game against the Cavs on the 12th and the 13th against the Clippers. And then Wednesday, it wraps up against the Bulls. That game will be on ESPN2 in the afternoon. The other games are going to be on NBA TV. I would like to see them win a Summer League championship at one point. We saw the NBA Cup, which if they're going to do the NBA Cup, it has to be mentioned in the playoffs. Not one time in the whole Thunder run did it get mentioned that the Thunder were in the NBA Cup. And even if they had won it, I don't think that would have been mentioned at all. Does it exist or does it not? It shouldn't exist. It should not exist. The NBA Cup is dumb. And that's coming from me. The play-in tournament is dumb. Adam Silver, you know what we should just do? We should all just tweet right now something that we should see change. We should be like, hey, Adam Silver, I think there should be an extra NBA logo on the court. And if just like 15 of us tweet that, he'll probably make the change. Him and Kevin Durant, who's online more? 414-799-1250. All right, Mark Sears is another guy that they picked up. 2 years at Ohio and then 3 years at Alabama. Like I said, he was an all-American player last year, second team the year before, two-time first team All-SEC, second team the first year that he got there. MAC all-freshman team when he was at Ohio, has had some nice tournament runs for Alabama. 6'1", 190. That doesn't get you drafted anymore. 6'1", 190. He's a lefty. He has signed a two-way deal. So I think if you're an Oshkosh, you'll get to see a good amount of him. And then, there's a way to carve out some roster time in Milwaukee. Again, like I said, we may not have a point guard come next week. Ryan Rollins, restricted. Kevin Porter's got the contract. We're gonna need warm body theory to kick in the gear here. So we'll see what happens there. Up next is free agency. I didn't mention Brooke. I'm good with Brooke leaving. Brooke was a huge part of the 2021 NBA Finals run. He had that big game against Atlanta. They don't win it without Brooke. Keeping Brooke around was a good idea. Keep him around. I don't want him on this team going forward. He's hard to watch now. He's hard to watch. He starts and then plays for 15 minutes. I don't want that. And I don't want to pay $20 million for that or whatever he's going to get. So he can land somewhere and have a good end of his career, but I don't need to see him back on this team anymore. Gary Trent Jr. would be nice to have him back. That would be good. I ranked the East yesterday on the Bartometer, and I think right now I have the Bucks as an 8th seed. And that's with Giannis. So I went 1 Cavs, 2 Knicks, 3 Pistons. I'm very high on the Pistons. 4 Magic, 5 Sixers. That's interesting. And then I went with all the teams that had somebody get hurt, with the Celtics, Pacers, and Bucks at 8. So we may be in play-in territory. Now, we've never been there, so that might be exciting for a night just to see what that's like. Probably will suck. Beat the Bulls and then get waxed by the Cavs in the playoffs. Because the Bulls, they'll go 39-43 like they always do. But with next year, it's like, just assemble a team. That's why I think I'd rather see Bogoljub just play. What's the point of stashing somebody right now? Just play. Play here. If you're going to stash a guy, play him here. Play him with Giannis. Work some sort of chemistry. See how that fits. Work some other guys. Just have a nice year. I know the term gap year is being thrown around. Have a nice year. Win some games. Get 2 home games in the playoffs. And then get Giannis the MVP. And then Dame comes back, and then try to win next year. Pat's contract will be gone. Keep Bobby. Keep Doc Rivers, I guess. Did you watch the video where Horst was like talking to Bogoljub I thought it was kind of weird. I thought it was weird because they're not in like a war room. They were right in his office, which you can oversee the intersection there. And then he was like, "Oh yeah, we really haven't. I haven't followed you too much. I'm gonna play the call here when Horst and the crew called Bogoljub Marković. I can't say his last. I was like practicing his first name, and then now I can't say his last name for whatever reason. So this is the call. This is the video that the Bucks put out when Horst called Bogoljub Marković. Here we go.
Bogo Marković from Serbia.
Is that correct?
Got it. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you.
Let's go home!
Yeah, nice to hear from you guys.
Yeah.
How are you?
All the way from last year's workout. Now you're coming back again.
Yeah, time flies so fast. You guys were my first
No, because the intersection. He's right on the window.
Right there.
Yeah. Well, we were really excited to have you, man. Really excited to have you.
Me too. I'm so excited to get back in that thing.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Well, these guys, obviously, they've seen you a lot more throughout the year, and I got to spend a lot of time with you when you were here for the workout. But man, they said you got so much better. Your body's improved, and we've been tracking you since you were here last year, man. So these guys were literally standing on the table for you the last couple of days. So we're excited to get you, man.
Yeah, so here. Thank you guys. Thank you. So excited to be there.
That hat looked good on you, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
All right, I don't know what was off-putting about that for me, but I don't know. Yeah, they told me you're good. I haven't seen a damn thing since last year, but I remember meeting you. I remember you had braces, so that was fun. Look, there's not much to say, as you can tell here, about Bogoljub Marković or Mark Sears. The issue is going to be, what do they look like in the summer league? That will determine what goes on going forward, and then from there, are they a part of this team? With this draft history, I mean, just from Giannis, Lamar Patterson, Johnny O'Brien, Damian Ingles. We remember what happened with Jabari Parker, Rashad Vaughn, Malcolm Brogdon, Thon Maker, Sedarius Thornwell, DJ Wilson, Dante, Jordan Nwora. Oh, my God. Marjan, Isaiah Todd, Chris Livingston. Where's he? Remember he told other teams not to draft him. He want to go to the Bucks. Tyler Smith. Trade away AJ Johnson. I think what happened for me is we drafted Giannis, and there were so many people saying, "Oh no, who is this? What is it going to be?" And then he turned out to be really good. And then when we drafted Thon Maker, I was so into it. I was like, if you're going to beat Golden State, you got to take swings. That's when they were in the finals every year against Cleveland. You got to take swings, and this is a big home run swing, and this can pay off so well. Thon Maker could be Giannis Part 2. I don't know. I think the best comp that I've heard is if everything breaks right, we drafted like a light version of Lauri Markkanen. That'd be all right. At 47, that'd be all right. But we don't know. So free agency next week. NBA draft is come and gone. NHL draft is tonight. Killers is tonight. God, I really should go. I really should go. Fuck. Regrets are fun, though. It gives you something to bitch about. Get that stressed belly. We'll be back next week. Shortened week for a lot of people with the 4th of July. I know I'm thrilled to celebrate our independence, and I know you are too. Until next time, thank you all for stopping into the Winklerverse.